Missed again, and Whittaker nailed him again, and nailed him again. And he missed again, and Whittaker nailed him again.
This is another testimony of if God is for you, who can be against you?
This should be the round of the century.
I was not supposed to win this. So now you guys are listening because we did win, and I can glorify God the way I want to glorify Him.
God bless Texas. I can't believe what I'm saying. It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever been privileged to witness.
Welcome to another episode of 3D Boxing Podcast. We are back with the second quick hits of the day, and this one is on, you could have guessed it, the big fight tomorrow, Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez for the WBC 130-pound belt between the two Mexican warriors. Before we get any further, please like and subscribe, share on all forms of social media. Hit the bell icon, hit the thumbs up, all that good stuff. Quick hits comes out twice a day, 8 to 10 minute shows real quick, just to keep you up to date on the latest in the boxing world. We did an earlier show today on the Gavin Gwynn upset of Becombs on the MTK Global card. Now we're back with the second show today, which we're going to break down the big fight tomorrow, Berchelt versus Valdez. Let's get into it. You guys, I don't know, you know this. I think Berchelt is nothing but the truth, and I think Oscar Valdez is highly overrated. I don't think there's this is going to be ultra competitive. I look at Miguel Berchelt. Obviously, he's big and strong. He's got good power. He's got a dynamite chin. He can obviously be hit, right? He's not a perfect fighter. He's not a flawless fighter. He's there to be hit. I just went back and watched the Sosa fight, which was his last real fight. He had the fight in June in Mexico, which I don't really know what's going on with that. It's not really being sanctioned. It's been ruled a TKO in the 6th round. Then it was ruled a no contest. So his last fight of record for sure is the Sosa fight back in November of 2019. The thing about Berchelt is, like, besides being a come-forward pressure fighter, he's got a freakishly long reach for a guy who's 5'7". He's got a 71.5-inch reach, which means he's going to have a 5.5-inch reach over Valdez come tomorrow night. Now, he obviously doesn't fight like a tall, rangy guy, but he does use the jab. He creates space and distance, and he's gotten much better defensively. Now, I'm not saying he's Pernell Whittaker. I'm not saying he's Canelo. He's gotten much better defensively, and he can get in and out of range. He stands straight up and down, out of the high guard, right? But he uses the jab now. He's using the jab more. I've heard comparisons that he's 130-pound Antonio Margarito. I don't really like that comparison. I think he's defensively better than Margarito. I think his skills are a little sharper than Margarito. I think he's got more one-punch power than Margarito, too. Hey, look, the comparison is absolutely relentless, right? Like, he rips off combos. He comes forward. He puts pressure on you. He's pretty much the ultimate Mexican offensive fighter. There's not much not to like about him offensively. You know, obviously, his speed's not great, but as a pressure fighter, he can be one of the greats. He can beat up Valdez from the outside. He's longer, and he's the better boxer. He's got the better jab. Okay, he'll destroy Valdez. He's the bigger, stronger guy. He's massively big and strong for 130. Valdez comes up from 126. He's massively big and strong. He's going to have a huge size and strength advantage, and he's a much better, more skilled inside fighter. He's the bigger puncher on the inside. He's got the better chin on the inside. He destroys Valdez on the inside, so he can beat him up from the outside, which he's pretty accurate with his outside power shots. He throws right hands and long hooks, which aren't the quickest, which aren't the prettiest, but they find their mark. So he can beat up Valdez on the outside. He can destroy him on the inside. There's not much to not like about Berchelt. I don't see any path to victory for Valdez. I don't know how. He can't win on the inside. He can't win on the outside. He cannot box him in the mid-range. He can't really do anything. So I think Valdez is largely going to be food. I don't see how he's even competitive in this fight. I think it's one-way traffic. The only question is, you know, how much of a beating can he take? Sosa sat there and took a beating. He lasted 4 rounds. If you're going to sit and take a beating, you're not going to go long with Berchelt. He's that good, and he's that ferocious and that brutal. Look, Valdez struggled with Adam Lopez. He had to come back and get a knockout. And Jason Valdez had to come back and get a knockout in the last round to get this fight. So his resume at 130 is not particularly good. I mean, look, kudos to Valdez. He came back and he got the knockout. He did what he needed to do. But he ain't fighting Jason Valdez. He ain't fighting Adam Lopez. He's fighting a killer in there. All right. So if you think he's just gonna come back, take a beating for 7, 8, 9 rounds, and just come back and knock out Miguel Berchelt like he did to Jason Valdez, ain't gonna happen. I mean, there are levels and levels. It's not just the levels. The difference between Valdez, who's a journeyman contender, fringe contender, and Berchelt, who's a borderline pound for pound guy when he's active. Like, this just, it's not just those drastic levels. One guy, Valdez, Berchelt is a destroyer in there. Like, he's more the 130-pound Triple G than he is the 130-pound Antonio Margarito. There's no way that Berchelt can lose rounds, eat shots, and then come back and think he's going to beat Berchelt. Berchelt will destroy him. And I said, Berchelt's getting better defensively. He's not just eating punches. He is not just blocking punches with his face. Yes, he's straightforward. He comes at you. He's a pressure fighter, so he's going to get hit. Just a matter of fact, right? It's a fight. He's not looking to dance and move. He's going to get hit. But again, he can use his range. He can create distance with his jab. He's physically strong. He's getting better defensively where he can make you miss and he can control things. He can get in and out a little bit. I just don't see how Valdez is better at anything than is Berchelt. So I think Berchelt destroys him. I think Berchelt wins pretty much every round, especially after the first 2 or 3. Destroys him. I'm going to say he gets him out in the 8th round, and it only goes there because Valdez takes quite a beating. And he stands up and he's game and he takes it. But I think Valdez, after say the 2nd or 3rd round, this is one-way traffic. I'll take Valdez, 8th round, TKO. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. Share on all forms of social media. Smash the bell icon so you get a notification every time we go on. Hit the thumbs up button, share it all from social media. Get quick hits. We come at you twice a day, 2 episodes a day, 8 to 10 minutes, real quick, real brief, just to keep you up to date on everything that's going on in the world of boxing. It is February 19th, 2021. Ivan Calderon is still not in the Boxing Hall of Fame. That needs to change. So let's get the Iron Boy in from Texas to the world. Thank you, and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.